Assalamu alaikum dear students, hope you are fine by the grace of Almighty Allah. Welcome to NIPS Home School. I am Sabrina Haq, assistant teacher of Science, National Little English Mission School, Day Shift. Dear students, today I am going to take a biology class for class 9 student based on chapter 4, and this is the part 2 of the chapter, and the name of the chapter is bioenergetic. So let us move for our today's topic. Dear student, in the first part of the chapter there is discussed about the photosynthesis, and we already discussed the first part of the chapter about the biological coin, and we will start from today on the photosynthesis process. And we already said in our previous class that in 1905 British physiologist Blackman divided the process into two phases, light dependent phase and light independent phase, and this much we have discussed in our previous class, and we will start from today from light dependent phase. And by seeing the name we can easily understand this part of the photosynthesis procedure depend on sunlight. We know the sunlight is a essential part of the photosynthesis, and this part of the photosynthesis depend on light. Look in this picture, there they show the photosynthesis procedure how occurs and where occurs. The sunlight falls upon the leaves, and here leaves, the water which is stray in the leaves, that water break down by the help of the sunlight. Another thing occur in the light dependent phase, that which ADP is stray inside the cell of the leaves, that ADP absorb the inorganic phosphate which is taken from the sunlight, and it turns into ATP. This two procedure occurs in light dependent phase, and this wavelength of the sunlight have to be 680 nanometer to 700 nanometer. That means without this wavelength of sunlight the photosynthesis procedure is impossible, and this part we will going to discuss now. Now come to the next page. In the procedure in the stomata, this is the picture of stomata, from where through the stomata plants leaf absorb the carbon dioxide, and it helps the photosynthesis procedure. And I have said in the light dependent phase there is two things occurs. That means in the light dependent phase the light energy converts to the chemical energy. First part in the light dependent phase, that means look, this is the leaves, and when sunlight falls on the leaf, that ADP, that we already discussed, that ADP stray inside the leaf cells or inside the cell of plant, and this sunlight absorbed by the leaf as the inorganic phosphate, and that ADP turn into ATP. And this procedure is known as photophosphorylation. Photo means light, phosphor means this inorganic phosphate, from photo inorganic phosphate, and lesion means joint, to adding something. That means from the sunlight inorganic phosphate joined with ADP and turns into ATP. The total procedure known as photophosphorylation. or photophosphorylation. Okay, you will remember like this, that photo means light, phosphor means inorganic phosphate, and lesion means to join something with another thing. Now come to the another part of the light dependent phase. Inside the cell there is water, and with the help of wavelength 680 nanometer to 700 nanometer sunlight, with the ray of sunlight 680 nanometer to the 700 nanometer, the water of cellular water of the leaves turns to break down. That means it becomes like this, and from this hydrogen we know one hydrogen atom, there is 4 hydrogen atom. Then one hydrogen atom only has 1 electron, and this 4 hydrogen atom, 2 into 2, that means 4 hydrogen atom left 4 electron, and there is only 4 hydrogen proton, because it has only 1 electron. When it left the electron, that time inside, this is the hydrogen, it has only 1 electron. When it left that electron, that time there is only proton, that is the proton, and that proton join with NADP. That proton join with NADP and produce NADPH2 or reduced nicotinamide adenine dinucleotide phosphate, and this is known as, this total procedure is known as phosphorylations, photolysis of water. This total procedure is known as photolysis of water. And here in the light dependent phase we get 2 things. ATP product is ATP and NADPH2. Then ATP and NADPH2, that means in light dependent phase, solar energy turns into these 2 is chemical energy. Solar energy turns into chemical energy, and this is the main thing that solar energy converts to the solar energy converts to the chemical energy. This is the main part of the photosynthesis procedure, and this product, that chemical energy, we will use in the light independent phase. That means we produce here the chemical energy, but this chemical energy we will again use in the light independent phase. That's why, that means that portion of chemical energy absorbed in the procedure of photosynthesis. That's why these 2 are known as Assimilatory power. These two is known as assimilatory power. Assimilatory similar word is absorbed. That I am saying this both chemical energy absorbed in the light independent phase. That's why they two are known as assimilatory power. And in this part we have already finished the light dependent phase. That means only solar energy turns into chemical energy, but we know the aim of the photosynthesis is to make the carbohydrate. In this phase we do not see there is no carbohydrate is made up. So we have to enter to the light independent phase or dark phase. Light independent phase or dark phase. No light is directly required in the light independent phase. That means it is not meant by it happened on the night. That means light is not required for this phase. It can be held also in presence of light. That's why its name is light independent phase. This is independent and it can held at night and day also, although this process can be carried in presence of light. Then atmospheric carbon dioxide enter the cell through the stomata of the leaves. In this phase, carbohydrates are produced by the reduction of carbon dioxide. That means we already discussed about the oxidation of the water, and now we will see how the carbon dioxide reduced in this phase with the help of ATP and NADPH2, and that was produced in the light phase. In green plant, the pathway of carbon reduction have been identified and they are briefly discussed here in Calvin cycle, Haas-Slack pathway or Preslesian acid metabolism. And in your book there is only briefly discussed about the Calvin cycle and slightly discuss about the Calvin and Slack pathway, and that both you will get in your higher classes or next classes. Now we will go for the Calvin cycle. That means in light independent phase we only produce ATP and NADPH2, but in next step we will make the carbohydrate, which is the main aim of our photosynthesis. Now Calvin cycle is also known as C3 cycle. The pathway of fixing carbon dioxide named after its discovered Calvin, Benson, Barsham. You have to learn the name and in short from CBB cycle or simply way the Calvin cycle. And Melvin Ellis Calvin was awarded the Nobel Prize in 1961. This year also very much important for your MCQ. For this discovery, in most plant carbohydrates are produced through this process. Now come to the Calvin cycle. The light dependence phase, and most plants show the C3 cycle or Calvin cycle. Why it is known as C3 cycle? Because in this cycle first stable compound is 3-phosphoglyceric acid. 3-phosphoglyceric acid. This is the first stable product, and this 3-phosphoglyceric acid contains 3 carbon. That's why it is known as C3 or Calvin cycle. Now come to this cycle. In your book that is not give clearly, so I show the cycle here. And first 1,5-diphosphate which stray in the leaf. That means 1,5-diphosphate always stray in the leaf, and 1,5-diphosphate with the 1,5-diphosphate which carbon dioxide enters through the stomata in the leaves, that react and produce keto acid, and that keto acid is 6 carbon. That keto acid is 6 carbon, and this is an unstable product. This is an unstable product in this cycle. Keto acid here act as unstable product, and then after few times keto acid breaks down into 3-phosphoglyceric acid. 3-phosphoglyceric acid in short form. For remember the name, we can write and we can remember this name 3PGA, 3, then phospho for P and glyceric for G and A for acid. It is you can't use in exam copy but it is for remember. And this is the first stable product and this has the 3 carbon, that's why this cycle name is C3 cycle. And after few times this 3-phosphoglyceric acid break down into ketone and aldehyde, and first dihydroxyacetone phosphate it produces, it is a carbohydrate and it has 3 carbon. Dihydroxyacetone phosphate has the 3 carbon, and another one is the phosphoglyceraldehyde, and this also has the 3 carbon. This is a aldehyde. This is a aldehyde, and there are 2 molecules of 3-phosphoglyceric acid, and it transform into aldehyde and ketone. Both have 3 carbon, and both together it was 6 carbon. Here 6 carbon. Here also 6 carbon. We have to remember that we have to maintain the carbon balance here. Now these 2 transform into ribulose. These 2 transform into ribulose which has 5 carbon, and another the main product, the main aim of the cycle is produce glucose. That glucose also we get from this reaction. But this is the question. Here is 6 carbon, but in ribulose there is 5 carbon. How there is 6 carbon came? That means 5 plus 6 there will be 11, but it is not possible because we have only 6 carbon. That means that is the question. That means 1 carbon we only have. Here we will store 1 carbon. After 6 cycle, after completing the 6th cycle, we get the 6 carbon, and that after 6 cycle we can produce the glucose. That means for making 1 molecule of glucose we have to, or there have to be completed 6 cycle. Then we will get 6 carbon and we can produce 1 molecule of glucose. And the 3-phosphoglyceric acids chemical formula I have written here, you have to memorize this. That 3-phosphoglyceric acid chemical formula is C3H7O7 and P. C3H7O7P. This is the chemical formula of 3-phosphoglyceric acid, and this C3 cycle is observed in bean, potato, woody plants and paddy. Now come to C4 cycle. And C4 cycle or Hess and Slack pathway. In 1966, 2 Australian scientists MD Hatch and C.R. Slack discovered the reduction pathway of carbon dioxide. First stable substance formed in this pathway is 4 carbon based of oxaloacetic acid. The chemical formula of oxaloacetic acid is C4H4O5. This is the chemical formula of oxaloacetic acid, which is first stable product in C4 cycle. So this pathway is also called C4 pathway. See, in C4 path, both Hess cycle and Calvin cycle are carried out simultaneously. That means both cycle are going on in C4 plant, and in the rate of photosynthesis is higher in C4 plant than that of in C3 plant. And example of C4 plants are maize, sugarcane, other grass types plant, and Amarnath, that means lal shak. That Amarnath also follow the C4 and C3 both cycle. Now there is the role of photosynthesis. Then in the photosynthesis we know light plays a vital role. In the photosynthesis, light plays a vital role. Without chlorophyll and without light, photosynthesis procedure can't occurs. And there is some factors of light photosynthesis that we know. First one, light. We already discussed that the wavelength of 680 nanometer to wavelength 700 nanometer, 680 nanometer to 700 nanometer. This wavelength light is required, sunlight ray of this wavelength is required for the photosynthesis. For the photolysis of water, this wavelength is needed. That's why this part is too much important. Now next factor is carbon dioxide, and we already discussed about this because in the water there is 3%, 0.3 in the water the presence of carbon dioxide is 0.3%, and in the air there is 0.03%, and that's why in aquatic plant the rate of photosynthesis is higher than that of the terrestrial plant, because there is more carbon dioxide, so there will be more photosynthesis than that of the land, or because air has the less carbon dioxide than the water, that's why there will be less photosynthesis. Now come to the temperature. Temperature is an important factor. Then 20 degree centigrade to 35 degree centigrade is the favorable condition for the photosynthesis. 20 degree centigrade to 35 degree centigrade. If the temperature is below than 22 degree, there will be no photosynthesis. If the temperature is above the 35 degree centigrade, there will be no photosynthesis. Another one, that is water, and that also we discussed. Water directly take part in the photosynthesis procedure, and the supply of water is needed for the photosynthesis. Another one, the presence of oxygen. The presence of oxygen. If there is more oxygen in the atmosphere, that time the rate of photosynthesis will be less. Rate of photosynthesis will be less, and this all we get from the outside. That's why it is known as external factor. External factor. Another factor is chlorophyll. Chlorophyll, and it stray inside the leaf. That means it is the internal factor. It is the internal factor. And chlorophyll is most essential factor. Without chlorophyll, the photosynthesis procedure is not occurs. So that's why green plants on leaf can produce the carbohydrate through the photosynthesis procedure, and this chlorophyll also depends on the plant's age. That means which leaf is so young and which leaf is old, that both leaves has the lesser quality of chlorophyll than that of the leaves of middle age, and middle age leaves show there will be more photosynthesis because of the higher quality of chlorophyll. And another one, with the age of chlorophyll and with the age of leaf, the amount of leaf also required for the adequate amount of photosynthesis. Now students, come to the importance of photosynthesis in living world. The photosynthesis importance is immense in the biological. It is a biological procedure, and in this procedure green plants make their food, and this is not only for them, and it also required by all living organism, and it also makes the balance of the carbon dioxide and oxygen in the atmosphere, because when it produce, dear students, when it produce the carbohydrate, along with the carbohydrate it also produce the oxygen. It also produce the oxygen, and that's why it also supply us oxygen, and we can respire with this oxygen and through the photosynthesis, because it use the carbon dioxide and it produce the oxygen. Thus it makes the atmospheric balance, or balance of the oxygen and carbon dioxide in the atmosphere, and it produce, main product of the photosynthesis is carbohydrate or glucose, and this is the first product, and this is the primary product, and this is the main source. And in this procedure the green plants absorb the sunlight and convert it to the chemical energy. Light energy converts by chemical energy. Only green plants can do this. That's why it is very much important. Dear student, this is the first part of the chapter, that means the photosynthesis. Next part is respiration. So learn the part, and this is the very important for you, and this chapter is also important for your SSC examination. So read the chapter and learn this part. Thank you. Allah Hafiz. Oh, sorry student, this is the SW. Your SW number 2 is 10 MCQ. You have to make this from this part of the chapter. Thank you. Allah Hafiz.